I would like everyone to take a second to imagine something with me. Picture in a couple of years leaving that big college city for Christmas break. You can finally get away from all the crowded dorms and loud parties and come home to your small, quiet hometown of Bells, Texas. You are excited to eat at the mom and pop 1836 cafe or pick up a taco from the Bells Market. Unfortunately, you do not come home to the 3A town you left behind. Instead, you come home to what looks like Dallas. Frustrating traffic, farmland taken by shopping center parking lots, and almost 10 times the amount of people. What caused this rapid urbanization, you ask? The North Texas Municipal Water District has recently finished construction on the Bodark Lake in Bonham, Texas, a man-made reservoir designed to meet the needs of the fast-growing North Texas region. Along with the small-town urbanization, the reservoir will also limit land used for agriculture, wipe out habitats for native animals, and create a vicious cycle of water shortages. The small towns in Grayson and Fannin counties will change exponentially because of the construction of this reservoir. Local residents have always been proud of the small, tight-knit communities they live in. Although with the large crowds the lake is expected to bring in, the cozy hometown feeling that makes these cities special will most likely disappear. For people living directly around the lake, rowdy party boats, constant traffic, and busy restaurants are all in the foreseeable future. An article in the Dallas Business Journal tells us that DFW accounted for 2.3% of the entire nation's population last year. The swift increase in population is expected to stay on the rise, with North Texas predicted to double its population by the year 2050. The millions more people that will call North Texas home are very likely to find permanent residence in the Fannin and Grayson County areas due to the new Bodark Lake. These new residents will also bring in a multitude of new business and restaurant chains that will crowd the area until the tiny towns turn into large cities. This will not only increase your wait time at the local Brahms, but rapid and urbanization and population growth are some of the biggest problems facing agriculture today. Farmers and ranchers are expected to produce a larger crop than ever to meet the needs of the American people. However, they have less and less land to harvest each year. With new businesses sprouting up in the area of the lake, there will soon be no more open fields to feed the Texas citizens. The reservoir being built in Fannin County is taking up 16,600 acres of land that could potentially be used for farmland. This land has the ability to produce 3,600 pounds of wheat an acre. That is 59 million pounds of wheat total. Local resident J.T. Martin informed me that he himself had to surrender 1,300 acres of prime cropland, which is 3/4 of the total land his family relies on for income. This is just one example of someone who will lose their livelihood due to the reservoir. Another component pondered by contractors for a structure of this size is the environmental impact. What will happen to the habitants of the large sum of land being completely wiped out and taken for the reservoir? The construction of the lake is the most damaging part of the process and has wiped out thousands of tree and stream ecosystems. Even though an effort to renew surrounding land is being made by contractors and is appreciated by local citizens, the impact of the environment will still take a toll on the land in close proximity to the Bodark Lake. The enormous plot of land will force a multitude of animals to relocate. Squirrels, rabbits, deer, and many other species will be forced from their homes and left to invade unfamiliar territory. The only animals this lake will benefit is the fish and other water creatures that will be able to live in it. The final question to be asked is, will this man-made reservoir fix the water shortage North Texas is experiencing? In a recent study published by Science Daily, the unintended consequences of reservoirs are explored. Research shows that in many cases, artificial lakes potentially worsen the water shortages they were designed to fix. Uppsala University discovered something called the supply-demand cycle, which occurs when the demand for water rises because of the increase in the water supply. In order for the Bodark Lake to solve the problem of water scarcity, citizens that are receiving water from it must continue to monitor their household's water usage and keep it low. If everyone benefiting from the reservoir increases their usage solely because of the greater supply, this problem will continue for years to come. While I recognize that with the small communities growing into more urbanized cities, water quantity is becoming more and more of a worry, people may wonder why there has been hesitation in creating this lake when it will be a key source of water for 1.7 million people. However, many factors and a lot of money goes into a project of this magnitude. The water that is stored in the Bodark Lake will not be going to people that have no water to drink. Instead, it will go to citizens living in nearby suburbs so they can water their lawns, fill their pools, and take nice long showers. Because people can survive without this reservoir, the board must consider both the positive and negative aspects that this reservoir will have on surrounding cities. The construction of the Bodark Lake in Bottom, Texas will crowd the county with new people and businesses, take a huge toll on the environment, create more challenges for farmers and ranchers, and worsen the water shortage problem it was designed to solve. This artificial lake will bring several dramatic changes to North Texas, very few of those being for the better. The more effective way to conserve water is to just monitor your household usage closely and never use more water than what is absolutely necessary. We need to use this land for something that will actually benefit North Texas citizens. Next time you go to a man-made lake, look around you at what the lake has brought in and how much the cities around it have changed.